And 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 these, Kim, are probably bigger than yours. Okay, so rolling back into the game. Um, well, you see, you feel the car begin to accelerate forward. At which point you realize the one issue with this is that you're in the middle of downtown New York. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, in the form of, you know, bumper to bumper traffic that's at a near standstill. That is filled with people. No, where did you end up with a cop car? No, you had basically a black unmarked car. Yeah. I mean, if you think about the car in Men in Black, the black kind of unmarked normal. Right. What what I'm going to tell you is this. What I'm going to tell you is this, Madman. You certainly can do those things with some of the roles that you've made, but it will be vulgar as hell. Okay, so I'm actually going to give you a choice. All right, the choice is I like choices. The choice that you have is you can either take three paradox and only kill a few people, or you can take six paradox and everyone that you injure will survive. You have assisted him. You've sped up the car. You're taking the six paradox. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Madman, go ahead and roll me your Paradox Backlash. You can do that. You can spend a willpower. You can delay it, yes. Okay, spend that willpower. Well, if you're spending the willpower to delay it, you don't. You just write down the paradox, and it means the next time it hits you, it's going to be a little bit worse. So, cutting back to Kim and Doc, what are you two doing now? You were stopped on the sidewalk, having an oh shit moment. Doc, are you there and muted? Okay, we'll cut back to the car while we're waiting on Doc to come back. As Seeger shouts out from the back seat. Okay. I've done it. We cut to you and you weren't there, so we cut away again. Okay. Well, while they're digesting that message being broadcast, we'll cut back to you and Tim. You and Kim. Tim. Who the hell is Tim? All right. Doc and Kim. Doc and Kim. Nope. No, I don't hear any objections. It's it's kind of like that. No, we wouldn't say that. Right. Yeah, the guy that just said he doesn't want to kill you, you insulted. I mean, I think we all got it. Wait, yeah, let me reconsider what I just. If you guys want he just took all the credit and left you with all the blame. Sorry, am I not helping things here? I think you were talking about how you were going to get rid of Kim. You're in central New York. There's shops all over the place, but right now most of them are full of people who are panicking. You know. Well, there is. Um, Let me just have a look. As you start walking towards it, you actually see that there are two people that are running out of it with armloads of stuff that they don't look like they paid for. Smoking is a sign of the Nefandi. I find it ironic that Jamie says every villain smokes just as I'm taking a drag on my pipe. True, yeah. Well, you burn the willpower to not to take the paradox, but not roll the backlash right now. So did you mark down your 6 paradox? Okay. Okay. Then roll your drive. Um, well, actually, Taylor's thing is going to give you a minus on your DP mod because it's making it. He he's making the car faster, which makes it harder to drive. So you gave you a +2 DP mod. Taylor, by supercharging the car, gave you a -3. So your total DP mod is -1. Difficulty is 7, but then reduced to 6. Nice. Yeah, you managed to very nicely start making your way through the traffic. Yeah, basically, driving up onto walls and um, Kim and Doc, roll me perception awareness again. Doc, did you go into the 7-Eleven with him? Okay. Perception awareness, yeah. You you two are very observant. As the two of you are walking into the 7-Eleven, you get inside, you hear a sound, and you kind of take a couple more steps in and look back, and you see as a car drives along the front windows of the 7-Eleven. You see the undercarriage of the car as it drives along at like 100 miles an hour flying past. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kim. Yeah, Kim, you see this car drive across in slow mo at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, well, you were inside when you saw this. You had just walked in, so the car has literally just driven across the door that you just walked through. Sorry. Very likely. Um, So, yeah. Um, yeah, that happened. Yeah. Um, Kim, you get your cigarettes. Yeah. And it only takes a couple more minutes. And Madman, you pull the car to a stop on the sidewalk right outside Daniel's. You can certainly do so if you want to, yeah. But Madman's driving is allowing you to get there safely. Well, no, you don't know they're at the 7-Eleven. Yeah, which Kim and Doc are not doing anything to show up on. I'm taking it from what you've said from the time you left Cassandra, Kim and Doc, that the two of you were likely not broadcasting anything. For, no, the standard satellite would not be picking them up. Well, yeah, no. The only reason that the technocracy would have them on any kind of a live feed would be if there was a transponder there, the satellite would lock on to try to record. They don't just record everyone everywhere all the time. Yeah, and then beyond that, it would be like I said, if there was an agent's signal pinging in an area, then a satellite would zoom in and check on it. But they're not pinging anything, so um, this has all happened fairly quickly. So you were probably still dialed into the satellite at this point. Um, all of this is kind of all happening at once. Hold on, we're getting an awful lot of hello. No, no, Daniel, not Danielle. Sorry, hold on. Well, Charles, what were you trying to say? Yeah, he said they were leaving, but he didn't give you any indication where. It's going 100 miles an hour sideways. Okay, I mean, if you want to jump out of the car, then I, So, I mean, yeah, if you want to jump out of the car, then give me a dexterity athletics. That would be that would be the landing after the jump. You have to get out of the car first. So this is the jump out of the car. Dexterity athletics. DP mod is going to be -1. Um, in this case, actually, it's going to be 8 because of the speed of the car. Okay. Yeah, and then roll me your forces effect to slow yourself down. Have you got life or anything to back this up with, or is it just pure forces? Okay. Yeah, roll me your Arate. DP mod again -1. No, that's going to reduce your difficulty, not. It doesn't change your DP mod. Difficulty. What level of forces do you have? 3. 6. So it would be a 9 -1 for your gauntlet, so an 8 again. Brings it down to a 7. Okay. Let me just look something up. Okay, so this is gonna hurt. Um, so what I'm looking at here is we've said the car's doing 100 miles an hour. I'm going to say that because you made your original athletics roll, you jumped out in such a way as to provide yourself the best angle and such. So I'm going to reduce it from 100 down to 80. Then you used the forces effect to slow yourself down, which you got 0 successes on, but you did not botch. So with that, I'm going to say that you half your speed down to 40. And I'm going to say that you're going to take lethal damage rather than aggravated hitting the pavement. And it's 1 lethal level per 20 miles an hour. So you're going to take 2 lethal as you hit the ground. Yeah. Who else was in the back seat with Charles? So Taylor, you would have seen him jump out, but been too late to stop him. And you are now parked outside of Daniels on the sidewalk. Oh yeah, the car looks trashed. A couple hundred feet. Well, the 7-Eleven is a couple blocks back the other direction, and you don't know they're there. You know that they left Daniels. Okay. Okay, so Doc, at this point, your phone rings. I'm assuming, Doc, you tell him where the 7-Eleven is, because you wouldn't just know. It, what I'm saying, Seeger, is you have to bear in mind that you were going 100 miles an hour along a wall, so the 7-Eleven was under you. So I'm saying that it's a couple blocks back at this point. No, you wouldn't notice it. That's what I'm saying is you have to look at the framework of the situation here. Okay, well you call Doc, you find out where he is, so you start making your way back the couple blocks to where they've gone to. The rest of you are outside Daniels. What do you do? At this point, as you're getting out of the car, Madman, Jamie, and Taylor roll me perception awareness. Oh, this DP mod is none. Difficulty's 4. Okay, yeah. Jamie and Taylor, you see it clearly. Madman, you don't notice anything. Um, the two of you look into the restaurant, and you see the empty restaurant with all of the kind of tables upturned and chairs thrown aside and smashed around, and sitting in the center of the restaurant, next to a decapitated body, you see a tall man with long hair in a very nice suit, sipping a glass of wine, with his umbrella laid across the table. Time. Well, no. I mean, as in, you would need forces and prime to do it, but it would not be a one round thing. You would need to spend some time on it. Oh no, no. You saw the well, no, you Madman was driving, so he might not have been paying much attention to it. But no, you look at the decapitated body, and it's quite obvious that that was a very frail, elderly-looking person. Um, no, he seemed he if he's noticed you, he hasn't paid any attention. He's sat kind of twirling his glass of wine and and sipping from it. The, the two of you get into a slapping fight, trying to shield each other as you back up. And Madman's like, I'm just gonna get behind the two of you. Okay. So so Jamie, you ring Doc and get a busy signal. Yes, Arate. Um, Technocrats know that sometimes enlightened science can backfire, but the whole building up process of it is not really um, well versed in kind of the. Sorry, Taylor. Difficulty 5. Okay, 4 then. Okay. Okay, so you enhance the bullets in Madman's gun. Well, yeah, no, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, certainly. Oh, you've ended the call with yeah.
It doesn't take me very long to get to go a couple of blocks, especially as I'm sprinting.
You'll be there very shortly. Yeah.
What I'm saying to kill,
Okay.
I think you'll get a small laugh out of it.
Okay. So what you're is this on my phone?
No, I'm sending it straight to you. Through my
Okay.
head.
That I got, but she's not doing my phone.
Oh, no, no.
Where are you guys?
I'm at 7-Eleven. She said, is it Jamie again? Yeah.
Guys,
It's
they're
Jamie.
11.
I think she wants to talk to you, though. I grabbed him. Do you grab his head, like, talk to his mouth, like, I told you I will hang up, and then you kind of kiss him when it comes to... No, it's his head.
Yeah.
No, it's his actual phone, madman.
Oh, okay. Right, he can probably Bluetooth or something,
Yeah.
but...
I thought he was some kind of thing
If you're gonna buy a gold diamond phone, you might as well display it, like, just have it. Anyway, put your gun away. Put your gun away. Guys, just back up. We're like walking down the street now. Further and further away.
Just go back to our meeting place. That's all you have to do. I said it once. What do you mean? Hey, Doc,
As
hang up.
as you guys
Boy, there.
as you guys are starting to back away and doing all of this whispering, you hear a voice from within the restaurant, and it's a very kind of light, kind of almost like a sing-song voice saying, "Has Mr. Rothschild arrived yet? The wine here is quite inferior."
I pop over the broadband signal to every radio signal so it'll catch everyone here, all of the group, no matter who it's tuned into. And I say, everyone needs to fuck off now. I've been saying that we are dealing with the changeling. Get out.
Guys, take the blue pill.
No,
No.
now. Everyone retreat now. And what I do is I capture that signal of saying retreat now, and I loop it over every signal possible. So it's just saying retreat now, retreat now, retreat.
Okay, we fucking get it. Jesus Christ. Take the blue pill and let's go.
I immediately took the blue pill.
Yeah.
My gun's already out. I took the pill first.
Which one is the blue pill?
That will increase our stamina. So it will make us run faster. And let's fucking bolt.
Let's just increase it.
I don't know.
Jamie, roll your arete.
This is the same lady that just gave HIV to everybody.
Yeah. It increases your stamina by giving you ultra HIV.
My stamina can only go one higher.
You don't have trust issues because you just took it without questioning. So good job. I took a blue pill as well.
I do now.
Blue pill.
I don't even know what
Fucking run.
Okay, it increases your stamina by 1.
Okay, so my stamina's now 5.
And we're fucking bolt.
I'm basically a marathon sprinter now.
I have bursts of energy, so I've probably caught up to them, right, at the 7-Eleven?
Yeah, you're getting to the 7-Eleven about this time.
Okay, so, you see, like, blood trickling down my arm and my back and shit. Got scraped up pretty bad. I'd say, hey guys, what's up?
Fucking Kim, that's you.
Your friend, everybody's being stupid. Yeah, I know, it's why he jumped out of the car. No, metagaming. you for fucking up the timeline.
Yeah, I kind of get it.
You kind of accepted that much easier than I thought you would.
It's like, yeah, well, I am like embedded with time magic, so I'm like, yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Goes with the job.
So, Kim, we need to retreat right now.
Where to?
Probably back to see you know who. And I look at Doc.
Which I've been saying for the last 5 minutes to everybody.
Weren't we
Who's been
call
calling.
it that
Why
thing?
haven't they been listening?
Everyone that's calling you, Jamie.
I pop up the video and quickly show it to both of you, so you see like the director and its neck ripped off. And I say,
Damn, that is warrior.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Kim, you immediately recognize that that suit that he's wearing is inhumanly tailored. It's exquisite.
Yeah, I figured it would be something like that. I'm like, that man has a cute taste. I need to have a talk with him.
no!
I need to find out where he makes a suit. That's impressive.
I need to be right back.
Out of here.
I'm going to Cassandra.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm doing a double back and trying making sure that nobody's tailing us.
Okay.
I would say, again, someone tell me about New York City. Is it faster to run somewhere if you have your stamina, or is it faster to take a car?
If it's within a couple miles, it's probably faster to actually walk or run.
We're running.
You're running.
When running through packed streets and shit to try and
Yes.
use any sort of trail that could be possible.
If I even get the slightest hint he's following us, I'm doing something probably going to get us paradox.
Look at Kim. He's blocked right now, isn't he? Kim, drop your protection for just a second.
Oh, shit. Why?
Just do it, please.
Just in the middle of a 7-Eleven.
I am not very comfortable with dropping my protection, dude. I have a feeling that they're gonna find me in seconds.
We'll be out of here in seconds.
I'm so bad. It's gone.
I see his aura, and so the second I see his aura, I say, put it up.
Alright, I'm gonna put it up here. I don't know.
Oh boy. That was a lot of numbers.
That's 2 9s.
That's a high number.
Just a few people looking for me. I mean, I haven't really had a magic protection shield up at all, you know?
Casey, you remember that little program I dialed into my gauntlet to escape magic, or to rip open a hole so we could all jump in?
Mm-hmm.
That red blinking light comes on. Or I press it, just in case.
Okay.
So,
So you're basically priming the same portal that you originally used to get away from the director.
yeah. I just programmed that back into my gauntlet.
Okay.
So you go to the director's house. Okay, I got it.
Just in case.
The future will come true.
Someone's space eye.
We'll drop you back into the laser bikes.
And what's his aura?
Kim's.
Fucked up.
Roll me your aura time.
Alright.
Sparkly, or is it, I don't know. I didn't put it in the book.
I'll go ahead and spend a quintessence on this.
I wanted to draw an Effendi, like,
What's the
aura,
difference?
and it's like, oh, wouldn't you?
4.
I would like to fucking know it so I can draw it. One.
It looks like a standard technocratic aura.
Question. I did that with my gauntlet. So that would lower the difficulty, or?
I had already assumed that and put it in the difficulty.
Okay. Yeah. So I Caesar is fine, and I say, sorry, I just had to check.
Check what?
Check if you're a human.
Oh yeah, haven't checked. Just pissed nervous, but
Or if you may be a Fae in hiding or something, I don't know.
Faye in hiding? Where the fuck you get that from?
There were reports that Fae could take over bodies.
No Faye has ever taken over body in my body.
All of you guys that are there currently, roll me perception awareness.
Oh boy.
Everyone here? It's us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, situational
You
awareness.
had me roll.
Yes.
Wait for a second. Difficulty 6 case, anyway.
Sorry.
Yep.
You said perception alertness?
Perception awareness.
People got it rolled. We rolling hats in that.
Yeah. You got me on that blue pill. Of course I'm rolling.
DP mod and...
0 and 6.
Would gut instinct help me here? I don't... Or... Never mind, I already...
Yeah, no.
That'd be some paradox day.
Yeah, but worth it.
Make you automatically get 10s.
Yeah. It's kind of meta, but hey. Pretty sweet. Oh, no success.
Am I also supposed to? No.
No, you're not with these guys at the moment. No.
We're running down the street, madman.
This is really starting to get interesting now. As you're standing there, as you begin to pull your shields back into place, Kim, you look up across the alley, and you see someone standing in the shadows that was not there before. And
What's going on?
you see this person as well, Charles. Looks to be wearing very old style clothing, and actually wearing, oddly enough, a monocle that you can see reflecting, even though he's standing in the shadows.
Is he scanning?
Doesn't seem to be that you can tell. But as you look up and see him, he immediately speaks, and he says, "Ah, Herr Rothschild, you have been very elusive. You actually know this guy. You have run into him once before during some of your not quite legal business dealings." Yes, well, starting with the probably most important things first, he is a kindred.
He's kindred.
Uh-huh. Actually, a, ex-Nazi kindred.
Which sorry, what did you say?
Ex-Nazi. Vampire.
Hang on, are we
That's most likely were.
With a Z, yes.
Sorry.
Nazis don't exist anymore.
No, I'm just asking if it's ex-Nazi, like the Nazis.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm just okay. I was just asking if there was like no,
He used to be
Nazis. Yeah, like oh,
Yeah.
like,
No.
You really like dicing cups.
pro shop.
As in, this was a Nazi that was made a vampire, and as you know, part of the fact that he refers to him as Herr Rothschild. And you know, Kim, that he has had a vendetta against the Rothschild family since before you were born. And you know that he is responsible for the deaths of at least half a dozen Rothschilds through the years.
I only use their fucking name in business dealings.
Yep, and that is what brought you to his attention. And he did not like the idea of another Rothschild becoming wealthy again. And you know that he has been looking for you for a while.
So I know he's a vampire because he has no aura, right?
Yes.
Or his aura is like gray or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It's still really weird. I was watching Helsing earlier today. Getting super Helsing vibes.
I've got like my hand on Tim's back just in case I need the gauntlet, and I say, "Tell me what's going on here, man. What do we do?"
You there. Be silent.
So what's going on?
It's a bit rude.
Roll me willpower, Charles, before you do that.
Oh.
Doc
Afraid of vampires.
Doc